These people in charge of our country and the world, it seems like, they think that it's okay to lock people down continuously, push people out of their jobs, destroy any kind of purchasing power that they have by way of debasing their currency. For those that don't believe that, look at the situation today. Almost 1 million people are consistently losing their jobs each week. What does that tell you? What kind of economy are we going to have where people can transact if they can't go to work to produce things? The people out there that tell us to stay in the house and stay safe, they really haven't looked at this too closely. I can tell you that with absolute certainty. I've looked into this. I've had time to look into all this. Other people don't have that luxury. And for those people, I feel bad. But at the same time, I feel like it's my duty to humanity to try to do something that is productive and right. Try to stick to the Constitution as much as possible. I think that's something that everybody else should advocate to do. Let's go back to 2001 when those airplanes hit those buildings and take a look at how that worked out for us as Americans and pretty much everybody globally. Banks and governments were given the right to seize people's assets, currency out of their bank account without any kind of due process. Does that sound constitutional to you? Does that sound lawful to you? What if somebody gave you the right to go in somebody else's bank account without their express knowledge, without notifying them first, and just taking everything that they had? This is the world that we live in, where people think that they have some sort of purchasing power with an instrument such as the US dollar, where it can be confiscated or seized without a moment's notice to the people in charge of the system. They don't have to have any reasonable suspicion. There's also a law out there, it's called civil asset forfeiture. And for those that don't know, it basically gives police and government officials the rights to seize assets without having any kind of reasonable suspicion of a crime. They can take it without having any kind of reasonable suspicion or any reason at all. Say you're driving home and the police pull you over and they tell you to get out of the car because they want to search it. They can do that. When they look through the car, if they manage to find $10,000, they can seize it and take it from you. If you try to get those confiscated funds back, what's going to happen is you're going to spend so much time in the legal system trying to fight it that it's going to cost you more time, money, and energy than the $10,000 that you lost initially. This is the cost of doing business for the government. This is exactly the reason why we have a corrupted system, because people make asinine, stupid laws like this. This is what I'm trying to fight against. I'm trying to fight for your freedom, for my freedom, trying to spread good information so that way people can continue to wake up on a daily basis to see what's really happening around them. Almost 1 million people every week are losing their jobs. Almost 1 million people. Just try to imagine what 1 million people looks like. How many jobs have been lost every week? How many people have been forced out of a job? How many people are questioning how they're going to pay for their next meal? How many people are not able to take care of any kind of car repair or pay their mortgage, or they're late on their mortgage, or they can't pay their phone bill, or they're late on it, or their internet has gone out? This whole economic collapse is just a snowball effect from the very beginning. This is going all the way back to before 2008. Before 2001, they took us off the gold standard. Governments have no accountability. They can just print currency into existence until it's worthless. Does that sound like a sound system? Does that sound like the people in charge have your best interests when they can just print currency into existence for any reason? All the world's currencies have been pegged against the US dollar. It stands to reason why this collapse is happening globally, why this invisible enemy is attacking everybody at the same time globally. It's because every country, as well as their currency, has pegged themselves against the US dollar. A US dollar which can now be printed into oblivion. Governments and banks can have more control over you. Think about it. It makes perfect sense why they would do this. Power and control. Power and control.